Welcome to the Kaggle competition for crime prediction. This is Hongliang Liu from Global Touchpoints. I'm going to quickly walk you through the competition and assist you maximizing the power for scoring. All these materials in the video can be found in the data science guideline for the competition webpage. We believe that the crime is highly correlated with some social economic factors and their combinations, but it is very complicated to tell which factors and how do they impact. The ultimate goal for this competition is that we want to use the power of math, statistical models, and machines to find out which factors are the key of solving some crime problems. We provide the social economic data and select crime data for all 30 districts of the Karnataka. And then we are going to predict 10 key crimes for 10 districts. The list of the districts is posted in the competition webpage, and these crimes are murder, attempt to commit murder, burglary, auto theft, and we have 6 crimes against women, which are rape, dowry death, cruelty by husband and relatives, kidnapping and abduction, sexual abuse, and the total crime against women. You can build the data model for these 20 districts using their social economic data, other crime data, and train the model that can predict these 10 crimes. After model building, we can test these models on the rest of the 10 districts and evaluate how good these models can predict these 10 types of crimes. I'm going to talk about the tools we're using in this competition. In general, any tools, any programming languages are welcomed. For students who are first time for the data science competition, we suggest these programming languages and tools. We can use Python or Microsoft Excel or MATLAB. In this walkthrough, we're going to use Python and Scikit-learn as the main tool for this guideline. Let me talk about the submissions. Please note, the rules only allows 2 submissions per day, so keep refining your models. Please follow the ID map to understand the mapping from the district name, crime type to the ID for submissions. And please double check the ID map and output format, as well as please include the header for the correct submission. Since this is a data science competition and we want to leverage some machine learning techniques, I'm going to talk about the one important machine learning package in Python, called Scikit-learn. In Python, one can have this nice machine learning package. It's a free download and free to install on your Python. For this problem, it's a typical regression problem. If one is familiar with machine learning, one can quickly identify this Scikit-learn package for start with. It is called Regressor Builder. You can follow some introductions at SDG Regressor in Scikit-learn from the website, and we also list some help in the guidelines in the competition page. Moreover, I highly suggest you spend some more time searching and reading some previous Kaggle competition forum posts for this kind of regression problem. And then you can have some basic impressions and some tricks about how to solve this problem. It's not that scary, is it? Surely, for some other languages and model tools, there are many regression modeling packages that can be used. Please pick up the one you like the most. In this competition, we have 2 types of data. For numeric data, one can estimate the range of the number of crimes according to the corresponding numeric data. The range estimation is very important to building the regressor. For category data, a good idea can be we can define some buckets. For example, one can sort the district by the rank of the crime and define some buckets for the high or low crime rate district. About training and the testing, I'm going to talk about the training and the testing for machine learning model building for some students who are relatively new to machine learning. In the procedure of the model building and solving the machine learning problems, the validation step is essential before the testing step. Usually, we randomly split the training data into 80% and 20%, where the 80% for training and 20% for the validation. And then we can build the models using this 80% data and examine the models using the 20% validation data by calculating the root mean square error with respect to the ground truth in the 20% data. This random sampling and the validation procedure is iterative. People can iteratively randomly sampling the 20% data to have the stable performance before the submission. For this competition, I suggest, from my personal opinion, we can split the data by sampling on the number district and using all crimes data for the sampled district as the validation data. So, in general, the workflow to build a machine learning model could be, for a real-life problem, usually one round on the machine learning model building and testing is far from enough. To receive the better quality for all the predictions and to receive the better scores, I highly encourage refining the data and understand how the data comes out and the modeling. So if the newer version of the model or the newer understanding of the data can help the scores by improving the overall prediction, I think this is good. If the newer version of the model and newer understanding of data can help with the better prediction on some particular prediction, for example, on some particular crimes related to women, I think it's also good. Let's talk about some challenges. By solving these challenging problems, one can get better and better scores and eventually win the competition. Let's talk about some challenges. First challenge can be the data completion and noise. We provided the complete list of the clean attributes and they are enough for crime predictions. The data have been collected from different sources, so the bias and the noise can exist. Please note that we already discovered a small portion of the data can be biased and noise in some particular district. It's very important to identify them for better modeling and better predictions. The second problem is the information overflow. You are asked to predict 10 crimes for 10 districts for a totally 10 times 10 equal to 100 integer numbers, and you are providing thousands of attributes. For this dimension feature with a few training sample problem, people usually have the two types of techniques. First one is, we know only some of the attributes can contribute to the prediction. One can use the models to identify important factors and attributes, experiment the features, and reduce the feature dimension. The second one is dimension reduction techniques. One can think of applying some dimension reduction techniques, for example, some encoders, and reduce the dimension of features. The third challenge is parameter selection. We know it's a regressor problem. The parameter of the regressor can play important roles for the quality of the final result. One needs to understand the parameter space for the regressor and do the careful tune-up to receive the high scores. I can provide a hint for free for you. You know the range of the prediction result is very important for regressor, and the range of the prediction can be estimated by sum of test submissions. And surely, another challenge can be the common sense. In any data science project, the common sense and the psychology can play very important roles and help improving the prediction very much. Some types of the crime are highly correlated with the set of the social economy factor and other crimes. This kind of correlations can be detected using statistics and machine learning models, and sometimes they can be detected by common sense. By introducing these common sense factors, one can nicely refine the models. In this closing part, I'm going to talk about the problem itself. It's a real-life problem and no one has solved it. A real-life problem may not have a perfect solution. You may find it becomes super hard to reduce another even 1% of the errors. It's fine, as it's not an exam, don't worry about that. For some problems, we have no perfect solution. You cannot get a 100% scores. Sometimes, we also need to think out of the box. I also want to talk a little bit about the motivation of this competition. I have selected the 6 types of women-related crimes in the prediction targets, because I know we are gentlemen, we should use our power to protect women from hurt and sadness. Your efforts deserve respect. Have fun.